Hey guys, welcome to the Block Thrasher Daily Morning Crypto Update, where we are shattering the complexities of crypto with news, commentary, analysis, and education. I'm simply just trying to make crypto as easy to understand as I possibly can for all of you. Dive deep into projects, do some analysis. I'm going to have a lot of videos coming out along those lines and a lot of podcasts so you can make the best possible decisions about your investments. I am ready to talk about some news today and get some market updates, though. I've got my coffee in hand, which, by the way, just made me think, have you ever tried monk fruit? Sugar is terrible for you. I'm sure you probably know that. I did a bit of research into all these alternative sweeteners, and many of them are just as bad, if not worse for you, but monk fruit is unbelievable. It tastes delicious, and it has all kinds of positive health benefits. Anyway, I suppose I should throw some kind of disclaimer out there because I'm sure this hasn't been, approved by the FDA or what have you. But man, I make a bulletproof in the morning with some heavy cream or half and half, or some MCT oil type of creamer. Throw in some butter and some monk fruit, and it's just like unbelievable. You should try it. Anyway, let's jump into our word of the day. We always start off with a word of the day for the thrashers out there. I was going to start calling the audience thrashers. Just a little side trail, by the way. If you're wondering where Block Thrasher came from, back in the day when I started mining, started getting into Discord channels and Telegram, and just picked up the name Block Thrasher and used it as a handle. And so that just stuck. And that's where Block Thrasher comes from, was known within that community as Block Thrasher. Then got into working with crypto teams and doing development and writing white papers, and also back in the day when there was a lot of masternodes, setting up masternode scripts and doing graphics, because I'm also a graphic designer and do branding. And so doing that for a bunch of projects and websites and things like that, just helping with the marketing of cryptos in the beginning, early days. So that's where Block Thrasher came from, just in case you were wondering. Anyway, moving on to our word of the day, which is Sweven. Sweven, it just sounds like you're saying seven, but like baby taco. Sweven. Anyway, Sweven means a vision or a dream. Last night I woke up in the middle of the night and I had this Sweven, and Bitcoin was $400,000. Sweven, S-W-E-V-E-N, a vision or a dream. It's a good word. Word of the day, Sweven. All right, let's look at the market. What is happening here? Last night, we saw a little bit of a pump, especially for Ethereum. However, today, the market is very much a mixed bag. A little bit of red, a little bit of green. The total market capitalization is up, though, at $1.57 trillion, pushing 1.6 here. So that definitely is up because we've been closer to 1.4 recently. BTC dominance is still 60%. Ethereum is at 12.6% for dominance. Gas fees are a little bit high right now. Ethereum gas fees, slow is 135 GUI, standard 156, and fast 172. So Ethereum transactions are still quite expensive. Now, of course, we've seen in the news that EIP 1552, man, I'm just going right off the top of my head with that one, but has been approved, and so there's going to be some big changes coming, which are going to be positive for the Ethereum network and for transaction fees, a reduction of fees. That's going to be negative for the miners. Don't know what the full ramifications of that will be. Overall, probably good for the network as a whole, good for users, good for things like Uniswap, bad for miners. So we'll keep an eye on that. I thought about doing a special video regarding that, and maybe will. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's something to be aware of. Bitcoin, currently $50,000, 945 cents, up 0.88% the last 24 hours. It is up 5.38% in the last 7 days, though. This is good. We needed to see Bitcoin close above 50,000, and it has done that. And so looks like we're heading in the upward direction. Ethereum, up 5.5% in the last 24 hours, up 12.60% in the last 7 days. It is currently $1,734.62. The Ethereum price is looking good. And obviously this is coming on the heels of the announcement that I just made mention of, that they are going to be taking steps to reduce the Ethereum transaction fees. Binance Coin pushed Cardano down to the number 5 spot, edged its way into the number 4 spot last night. It is currently down 8.51% for the last 7 days and down 0.97% in the last 24 hours. It is at $234.72. But regardless, it's down less than Cardano, and therefore it has taken the number 4 spot for now. I can't imagine that's going to last that long, as we'll see a pump in Cardano or Polkadot or something else. But this is where we sit currently. Cardano is $1.12, down 0.49% in the last 24 hours, down 10.89% in the last 7 days. Polkadot is currently $34.23, down 3.39% in the last 7 days. XRP is up 9.08%, up 2.34% in the last 24 hours, currently 47 cents. Uniswap has been the outlier. Uniswap just killed it over the weekend, and in the last 7 days it is up 37.91%, up 8.28% in the last 24 hours. It is currently $33.28. Chainlink has also been doing quite well, up 11.38% in the last 24 hours. It is $30.93. Litecoin also faring well. It is up 7%, currently $185.88. One of the other outliers within the top 20 tokens, Dogecoin, seen a little bit of a pump, up 11.78% overnight, currently 5 cents, 0.05691 to be exact. Also, Theta, which is going to be our coin highlight of the day, up nicely, 45.68% in the last week, 12% in the last 24 hours. It is currently $4.76. Okay, that's enough for the market overview. Let's take a look at some of the news items today. It was a little bit of a light news day, not a lot of significant stories to take a look at, but we've got a few here. PayPal, actually this is huge though. PayPal, and it is our top story of the day, PayPal plans to develop extremely advanced crypto app. Now that's interesting, but it gets a lot more interesting than that. As digital payments continue to gain mainstream adoption, digital payments firms have begun to restructure their payment platforms to cater to the ever-growing number of cryptocurrency users. This is the case with the payment giant PayPal, whose CEO recently rolled out plans of integrating cryptocurrency with the payment platform while advancing user features. In a conference call with investors, the head of PayPal, Dan Schulman, explained that the advancement in functionality is already in motion, highlighting how users of its Venmo app were able to receive their stimulus check for the first time directly from the app. I don't know if you've used Venmo. Most people have at this point in time. But it is a very easy to use, intuitive application that has just taken off. People are using it to send payments to each other for coffee and dinner and all kinds of things. The implementation of this new feature indicates that PayPal is paying attention to customers' needs. In line with that, Schulman added that buying, selling, and holding digital currencies will be made available on the Venmo app before the month runs out. This is huge. In his statement, it's paraphrased, but this is what he said. Later in this month, our Venmo credit card will be available to 100% of our base. And in the coming months, we will launch the ability to buy, hold, and sell crypto via the Venmo app. And finally, our revamped Pay with Venmo experience will launch in Q2, offering a best-in-class checkout experience. Yeah, this is huge. With a user base like that which Venmo has, with it taking steps to basically replace traditional banks, that was part of the story here, was people are able to receive their stimulus check directly into the Venmo app, because you can get an account number just like you would with a bank and send money that way. You can get direct deposit into Venmo. They're just doing things right here, and now they're going to be adding the ability to buy, hold, and sell crypto. Now the question is, the one big caveat with this is, will they allow users to take self-custody of the crypto that they buy and hold and sell, or is it going to be only in the app? So, which if that's the case, as we've said many times, huge problems with that. Now, this would be good for adoption because it's going to give all kinds of people exposure to crypto that never have had before. It legitimizes this space, obviously. Not that it needs any more legitimization, but increases adoption. But the issue of not being able to actually withdraw and take it out and self-custody the tokens that are purchased there, that is a problem. Now, with Cash App, we've seen that they do allow that. They allow you to withdraw the Bitcoin that you've bought to your own wallet. Of course, it's KYC Bitcoin, right? But this proves that there's actually Bitcoin being purchased. The problem with these types of platforms not allowing withdrawals is they may not actually even have the underlying crypto, and they might be doing a form of fractional reserve banking. And we've gotten into that quite a bit before, so I'm not going to go deep into that. It was also announced during the conference call that PayPal's fourth quarter revenue crossed $6 billion, a 3x surge from last year's profit. Yeah, I think PayPal would definitely be, if you're going to dive into some stocks, one of those to pick up. This is going to be a great move for them, and it's going to be a great move for the cryptocurrency space. Moving on to our next story. SEC case against Ripple and XRP is a huge risk for crypto exchanges, says Kraken CEO. So the Kraken CEO came out this week in some Twitter messages and made some statements about the SEC filing against XRP and the ramifications of that for exchanges. Kraken CEO and co-founder Jesse Powell fears that the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission case against Ripple could put crypto exchanges in jeopardy. This week, Powell took to Twitter to voice his concerns over the SEC lawsuit against Ripple, in which the regulatory agency alleges that the payment startup knowingly sold unregistered securities in the form of XRP. And I suppose that's the burden of the proof that the SEC has to be able to demonstrate, is that XRP knowingly did this. Obviously, at that time, there was a lot of ambiguity and uncertainty, and the SEC did not come out and make it clear at the time. So it's possible that XRP has a good case that they weren't knowingly doing this. However, the Kraken CEO warns that crypto exchanges may be put at risk as a side effect of the SEC's legal battle with the digital payments company. He said this: huge asymmetrical risk for exchanges. Have to assume SEC's case is in good faith. Judges tend to side with agencies. If XRP is found to be a security, the SEC would say that exchanges would have known. Safe harbor pending outcome would have been responsible if only purpose is to test. Powell issued his statement in response to a Twitter thread from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple General Counsel Stuart Adultroy regarding the U.S. state of Delaware's latest decision to reject Tetragon Financial Group's request for a preliminary injunction against the firm. So this group, Tetragon Financial Group, they tried to bring a lawsuit against Ripple because of the SEC filing and say that there were damages and they're liable, Ripple is, because of the sale of these unregistered securities. But what happened was the court found that the SEC had not yet determined that XRP is a security, and therefore Tetragon's claim to freeze Ripple's liquid assets until they redeem their Series C preferred stock was declared by the court to not be valid. So this is good because basically it makes it clear that the SEC is not saying that XRP is an unregistered security. They're just stating that it could be. And so this lawsuit from Tetragon was rejected by the court. All right, enough on that. Still, though, ultimately, if you want to play a super high risk play, then XRP would be that. XRP is obviously significantly down. XRP has suffered, really not XRP and not Ripple. The XRP holders have suffered. They're the ones that have suffered most by this SEC ruling. Currently, it hasn't impacted Ripple much. I mean, obviously, they also hold XRP. However, they have hundreds of millions of dollars each, the founders and the team over there. But XRP is now at number 7, where, as you will recall, it was number 3 for the longest time. For the longest time. But going back to the analysis that I was making, if this case against XRP is dropped, it's likely that we will see a significant rise and increase in the price of XRP. Even though, from my view and many other analysts' view, there are significant problems with XRP, lack of centralization and too many XRP being held by the founders, by whales, etc., that makes it a risky play. However, if you want to play a trade and purchase XRP with the hope that the SEC drops the charge or loses the case, then that could be a good play. Obviously, if it goes the other way, it's going to be negative, but not only just for XRP, but for the entire space. Something to keep in mind and consider. All right. Here's some really great news about mining. There's this company, Argo, and it's called Argo Blockchain, and they have purchased 320 acres in Texas to expand their mining operations. Now, the reason this is good is because they're mining Bitcoin and they're mining Zcash. One of the issues with Bitcoin that's been a concern is the fact that a large majority of the Bitcoin that is mined is not mined within the United States, and it's mined in China. And so it's good to see more and more mining moving to the United States or being built up here in the United States. There's a number of great companies that are doing it, and this is one. The acquisition will provide Argo with access to up to an additional 200 megawatts of cheap and renewable electrical power. This publicly traded mining company, Argo, which is not traded on the U.S. exchanges, it's traded in Switzerland, I believe. We'll see that here in a second. Publicly listed mining company Argo has finalized its acquisition of a new 320-acre land plot in West Texas, United States, which it plans to use for the construction of a new 200 NW cryptocurrency mining facility. The cryptocurrency miner, which is based in London, that's where it is, on the London Stock Exchange, trades on the London Stock Exchange under the ticker ARB, has until now tapped cheap hydroelectric power in Quebec, Canada, for its cryptocurrency mining operations. And in January of this year, the company had raised fresh funds through a private placement with institutional investors in order to purchase new hardware and contribute towards financing its expansion. Chief Executive Peter Wall has said that the new site in Texas will provide the firm with access to some of what we believe is the cheapest renewable energy worldwide, in a location where innovation and new technologies is encouraged and incentivized, in correspondence with Cointelegraph. Wall added that the acquisition provides Argo with an excellent opportunity to make a significant expansion to our current mining capacity. It also highlights the opportunities for miners within the U.S. to build out their mining capabilities at some of the most competitive electricity rates global. So this is good stuff. And there's actually been a trade association called the Texas Blockchain Council, which was formed in November of 2020 for the purpose of coordinating a blockchain caucus of lawmakers in the state legislature to promote blockchain-friendly initiatives and legislation at the state level. All good stuff. It's good to see. The last few weeks, there's been a number of stories about states moving in positive directions, either to attract mining operations into their state or to decrease taxes in some form or create some sort of incentive for the cryptocurrency industry. Good stuff. All right, moving on to the next story of the day. Ethereum. Anticipating Ethereum 2.0, ETH whales hold nearly 70% of the total supply. I thought this was interesting and not necessarily a positive thing, but let's look at the details of it. Ethereum whales have been on a buying spree since November 2020, currently holding 68.7% of the total supply, while Grayscale has doubled their ETH stack. You know, one of the things about Grayscale holding such a significant amount of ETH that is curious is, will they be staking that ETH? And if so, what an incredible windfall for them, especially if they don't distribute that out to their holders of the Ethereum Grayscale fund. Although Ethereum's price has tumbled by a few $100s since its peak in February, whales have continued to accumulate large portions of the second largest digital asset. Recent data revealed that large ETH investors own nearly 70% of the total supply. The price of ETH has been on a roller coaster since the start of the year. The asset entered 2021 at $720 before the bull run took it above the previous all-time high at $1450. However, ETH wasn't done and even breached 2,000 for a new all-time high in February. The subsequent market correlation resulted in a 35% retracement to 1,300. Nevertheless, ETH has reclaimed some ground and currently sits near 1,700, meaning a year-to-date ROI of 135%. So, just over double, just over 2x, 2.3x. These highly volatile price developments and the latest dip have not deterred Ethereum whales from purchasing considerable amounts. Such addresses holding 10,000 or more ETH have been gradually increasing since November 2020, as revealed by data from the analytics company Santiment. As a result, Ethereum whales now own 68.6% of the asset's total supply. According to Santiment, this is the highest percentage owned by whales since November 2017. And then, in opposition to that, the amount of addresses that have 10,000 or more ETH, the addresses holding between 10 and 10,000 ETH have dropped to the lowest percentage of 27.8% since September 2017. So, this is a little bit of a concern. Basically, Ethereum is being consolidated into the hands of whales with more than 10,000 ETH in their wallets. It's pretty staggering, actually. Moving on to the next story. Bitcoin is accelerating in replacing gold as a store of value, according to Bloomberg's Mike McGlone. Bloomberg's prominent expert, Mike McGlone, has taken to Twitter to share that, according to his data, investors are quickly switching from buying gold to buying Bitcoin, preferring it as a store of value. Now, sometimes that's just shortened to SOV within the space. So if you see SOV, you'll know that's what it means, store of value. The precious metal that has been around for thousands of years will always remain in jewelry and coin collections, he says, but Bitcoin is taking over as an inflation hedge. Obviously, people within the cryptocurrency space have been speculating that this was going to happen for a long time. But Mike is saying the data shows that this is happening at an increasingly rapid pace. A screenshot of a chart showing that since 2017, investors have been more and more frequently choosing Bitcoin over gold when it comes to selecting a store of value. Sorry, Peter Schiff. We know this type of thing just unhinges you because Bitcoin was supposed to go to zero as gold was supposed to destroy it. An interesting thing, though, about this is for Bitcoin to match gold's market cap, it's going to have to 8 or 9x at least from where it is today. So, if this really sets in and the trend continues, it's just an indicator that we will be seeing Bitcoin, let's just say 8x from where it is today. $320,000 plus, close to 4. The total trading volume of Bitcoin versus gold is much higher at the moment, the chart says, compared to the overall known ETH holdings versus gold. Digital gold, pushing aside the old guard. Mike McGlone of Bloomberg. All right, moving on to our last segment of the day, and it is our coin highlight. This coin is really cool. It's just come out of nowhere, rising in market cap, now at rank number 18. Actually, let's just refresh and see if we've had a change with that. Up 12.84% the last 24 hours, now at 482. The token is THETA, THETA. You know, like the Greek letter, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, nu, nu, psi, gamma, gamma, p, rho, housing, epsilon, t, p, c, q. Oh, sorry. Yes, I do know the Greek alphabet. Say Greek. Theta, theta, theta. What is theta? Theta is a blockchain YouTube, peer-to-peer, with the Theta token and Theta fuel connected. It is the next generation of video delivery powered by you. You can stream video, live stream video, upload videos. Now here's the difference. We've talked about Library before, which is a similar project. But what's super cool about these types of platforms, and Theta seems to clearly be taking the lead, is that they do a bunch of cool things. Let's run down them. Number one, they protect content creators from being deplatformed and demonetized because it's decentralized. It's peer-to-peer. You download a Theta node, basically, or it's not a node. It's called, what do they call the thing? Piece of software. I have it installed on my system. I'm just going to launch it too. Theta Edge node. It is called a node. And I've been looking into this too. I'm going to start streaming on it. I'm going to start delivering video content to you guys this way as well. So, going back to the advantages of this, protects content creators from being deplatformed and demonetized. So one of the issues is if the centralized company that's running the platform that you're posting your videos to or your content to decides that they don't like you for any reason, they can shut you down, number one. Number two, they can demonetize you. So you can still post videos, but you can't make a living from it. You can't earn any income, and therefore it removes largely the incentivization for many content creators. So enter Theta. Library is another one. There's some others out there. BitShoot, Odyssey, which is just an interface to a library. So it's good for content creators, but it's also good for the users. Now, when you go watch videos on YouTube, what do you get as a user? You get to watch the video. You also get to have all of your personal information tracked by the company so that you can be receiving ad after ad after ad after ad that is highly targeted to you. You're the product. This is why these services that are centralized are able to provide these services free of charge, is because you are the product. They are harvesting your information, selling it to third parties, and running ads. So enter Theta, which rather than run ads, allows you to, as you watch videos, earn Theta fuel and then donate that Theta fuel to your favorite content creators. It's brilliant. Cuts out the intermediary. So it is what Bitcoin was to money. This is Theta is to content creation and delivery. And here's one of the reasons why I think it's doing so well is look at the founders. Look at the team. Sweven Chen, who was a co-founder of YouTube, literally the co-founder of YouTube, is behind this Theta platform. Says Theta's innovation is set to disrupt today's online video industry much in the same way that the YouTube platform did to the traditional video back in 2005. It did, right? I mean, so many people within the younger generations never turn on the TV, never watch any of the big networks until Netflix came along. They do Netflix, but it's YouTube. That's how they consume their media. One of our biggest challenges had been the high cost of delivering video to various parts of the world, and this problem is only getting bigger with HD, 4K, and higher quality video streams, said Sweven Chen, co-founder of YouTube. I'm excited to be part of the next evolution of the streaming space, helping Theta create a decentralized, peer-to-peer network that can offer improved video delivery at lower cost. They have 16,335 edge nodes running across the globe right now. There's 2,896 Guardian nodes, and then there's 14 enterprise validator nodes. These enterprise validator nodes are run by Google, Sony, Samsung, Binance, Blockchain, and Gummy. So the big companies that are running these nodes to help validate the transactions and all the data on the network. And then you've got thousands and thousands of people running these peer-to-peer. So you think of it like from a technological standpoint. You remember Napster back in the day? Or BitTorrents? That's what's happening here. So if you're a content creator, you can run your own node and you can serve up your own videos, and other people can serve those as well and cache them. And the more people use it, the better the delivery, the faster the speeds. It's really cool. It's really cool. Yeah, I'm excited about this stuff. And here's the site if you want to go watch video. It's THETA.TV, THETA.TV, and I have created a channel, and I will be uploading videos. And eventually down the road, when I get set up, I'm sort of transient at the moment, living in 3 different states, working on figuring out where to land, just in a transitionary period, right? Selling property, figuring out other things. I'll probably look into doing some live streaming as well. And the live streaming interface, I'll just pull that up here quickly, is beautiful. It has the ability to stream your video. There's a chat. There's giveaways and activity and all kinds of features built within it. Obviously I don't know, but this is looking really good. This is looking like there's some huge potential here. Going back to CoinMarketCap, currently ranked 18. This is an example of a cryptocurrency project that is solving real world problems, right? For gamers, for content creators, for YouTubers, for all kinds of people who are consuming this media. This is one to keep an eye on, I think, for sure. Okay, friends, thank you so much for your time. As always, I appreciate you. Please be sure to go to blockthrasher.com and sign up for a free membership, or even consider a paid membership, which gives you access to the newsletter, which will be a weekly, monthly newsletter, which I will be releasing unique content, going over tokens that maybe have not been covered on the videos, or more in depth to consider with some deeper analysis, these types of things. Love to have you there. You can also check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/blockthrasher. Would love a follow on Twitter as well. As always, it's a great day to earn more crypto. Thanks. Talk to you soon.